My name is Josh Zweig, and welcome to a sample FreshBooks course module. Today, many businesses work across different provinces or different states, and each state or province may have their own rules when it comes to sales tax. When you send out an invoice, you may have to adjust the sales tax amount on the invoice depending on where your customer or client is located. Luckily, FreshBooks makes this process very simple. So let's take a look at setting up the sales tax rates within FreshBooks and then applying the sales tax rates to an invoice like this one to ensure that you're sending out the invoice with the correct sales tax amount. If you recall from an earlier module, changing the organization settings can be done by clicking in the top right-hand corner of the screen where it says Settings, and then clicking in the middle of the screen where it says Taxes to bring up your sales tax options. Here you've got three columns: your name, your rate, the number or sales tax ID. The name is the name of the sales tax, like the GST or VAT. Your rate is the actual rate of your tax, and the number or sales tax ID is a number or ID that the government has issued you. Let's put in some sample sales tax rates here. We'll put in a VAT at 5%. We'll add another tax. Put in a PST from British Columbia at 7%. We'll add another tax again. Add the harmonized sales tax in Ontario at 13%. We'll add another tax and we'll add the GST, general sales tax, at 5%. To lock in those rates, click on Save. To make sure that these rates are correct, either do some research on your own or talk to your accountant to ensure that you're charging your customers the correct sales tax rates. Now let's make a sample invoice to one of our clients. From a prior module, you'll recall that we click on Invoices and the green button for New Invoice to get to our invoice screen. Now let's suppose we're doing an invoice for Elaine Enterprises. Elaine is located in the United States, and being in Canada, we know that we don't need to charge any sales tax to Elaine. So if we do a sample invoice here, at a rate of $100 for 5 hours, we don't have to enter anything in the tax columns, and FreshBooks will automatically calculate the final balance of the invoice to be $500. Now let's pick a different client that we know we need to charge sales tax to. We'll pick Kramer Enterprises. Kramer is located in Toronto, Ontario, and for Kramer, we know that we need to charge 13% or the harmonized sales tax to. Going back to our invoice, click on the Tax tab to bring out the different tax options. We'll select the HST, which is applicable in this case, at 13%, and here FreshBooks automatically calculates the tax rate applicable to Kramer. Finally, we'll charge a different client, Vandelay Enterprises, who's in British Columbia, who needs two different taxes, both a GST and a PST. Again, FreshBooks makes this really easy by allowing you to select two different tax rates in the tax column. So here we'll select the GST and the PST, and FreshBooks will add both taxes to the invoice automatically so that you can send it out to a client. Finally, clicking on Send by Email will allow us to send out that email invoice, and will finalize the sales tax amount. Remember to always check the sales tax amount before you send out an invoice to ensure that you're charging your customers correctly. Happy invoicing!